Hey, everybody. My name is Sophie Alcorn. I'm a leading United States immigration attorney, and I am so excited to be with you here today talking about all of the latest updates that are in the new immigration proposed bill that was just released today. We have a lot to share over this next time that we will be together. And definitely, if you're listening to this live, please do include your posts and questions because I would love to answer them. So, for those of you who watch later, today is the day when the Democratic bill is leaked from the House of Representatives. And this is an exciting time. It's called the U.S. Citizenship Act of 2021. And the bill is a part of President Biden's commitment to modernize our immigration system, which would offer a path to citizenship for there's more than 11 million undocumented individuals in the United States. And so this would allow a path to getting a green card, which could then eventually, for people who have green cards, qualify them for US citizenship. And it could also have an amazing effect on family-based immigration by supporting millions of immigrants who are being sponsored in family immigration categories to enter the United States. And it also, excitingly, increases the number of employment-based green cards for people from around the world. So before we dive into more of the details, which I have a lot of details to share, we're going to be talking about the path to citizenship, the family-based changes, the employment-based changes, and also a little bit about what will happen for immigration courts and asylum and some other information about it. So before I dive into all of those details, I just want to stress that this is not a law. This does not yet exist. This is something that our lawmakers want to create. And there is a political path forward in that direction in Congress now. So if you're unfamiliar with the US immigration system, to get a new law, the House has to vote yes on it. The Senate has to vote yes on it. They combine it together, their versions, in conference committee, and then the president signs it into law. So we still have some steps to go, but really exciting sneak peek about what is in there for so many people from around the world who can benefit. All right, so the first thing that most people are already talking about is that this bill would provide a pathway to citizenship for dreamers, people who were brought to the United States as children and overstayed or didn't have permission to be here. People with a category of status called TPS, temporary protected status, that is a work permission granted towards people who had some sort of disaster in their home country and are unable to go back. Also, immigrant farm workers would benefit and undocumented individuals. So please remember these details can change. There's a lot between now and this becoming a law, but here are some of the highlights of this proposal. If this proposal happens the way it is now, to qualify for this pathway to citizenship, folks must have been physically present in the United States on or before January 1st, 2021. And there is also a provision that if somebody was deported on or after January 20th, 2017, but they had been in the United States for at least 3 years before that, that they might qualify too. And I have total goosebumps all over my body as I'm saying that. That basically means that people who were deported in the Trump administration would be able to return to the United States legally if they had spent at least 3 years in the United States before that. That's amazing. Okay, so next part of it. People who are dreamers, TPS holders, and farm workers on H-2A visas legally working in the United States would all be able to apply for green cards immediately if this passes, and then they would be eligible to apply for citizenship after holding a green card for 3 years. And then certain undocumented individuals would be able to apply for temporary legal status if they pass background checks and have paid their taxes. And they would be allowed to apply for a green card after 5 years. So that's amazing as well. Okay, so basically what that means is that if you already have a legal status such as Dreamer, TPS, or H-2A, you can just apply for a green card right away. And if you're undocumented, you get some sort of new status that they would create after you've had that for 5 years. Then you could apply for green card and presumably, here we go. Once they have a green card for 3 years, then they could apply for U.S. citizenship after passing additional background checks and demonstrating their English and U.S. civics knowledge, which is a pretty standard requirement for citizenship. So that is amazing. So that means that in 8 years, if from start to finish, it could take somebody 8 years to go from undocumented to citizen, which is incredible. But then we have to add in the time that it's going to take this bill to wind its way through our political system and eventually become law. Now, on the family-based side of things, there is also a lot of exciting news, and then we're going to talk about employment-based updates. So on the family-based side of things, this new bill, if it became law, would allow beneficiaries with approved I-130 visa petitions to enter the United States while waiting for their priority dates to become current. There are so many people in the world who would benefit from this. This would be amazing. I cannot tell you about the amount of pain that it causes people to be separated, waiting for years for their family-based priority date to become current while their loved ones who they're waiting to sponsor are in another country without them. We would also raise the number of green cards for families every year. And we would also create a new system to recapture unused green cards, which would reduce lengthy waiting times. We would eliminate the 3-year and 10-year bar, which if you're an immigration nerd, you know what havoc that wreaks in people's lives. The green card lottery would increase as well to 80,000 green cards from 55,000 green cards. So 25K more green cards for the lottery. They would change, I love this. They would change the word alien to non-citizen in immigration laws. That would be so nice. Just because the word alien is the technical Greek term for somebody from another land from old times, that word is so mean to use in this context. So that would be amazing. And it would also make it easier for spouses and children of family-based immigration beneficiaries to join them in the country with the goal of keeping families together. As a mom, I love this. Very, very exciting. Okay, now let's focus on my main practice area of Silicon Valley tech immigration and talk about some of the employment-based highlights in this new proposed bill. Here we go. They would clear employment-based visa backlogs, which would be amazing if you were born in India or China. Incredible. They would recapture unused visas, they would reduce lengthy wait times, and they would eliminate per-country visa caps. They would make it easier for graduates of U.S. universities in advanced STEM degrees to stay in the United States. They would improve access to green cards for workers in lower wage sectors. and they would eliminate unnecessary hurdles for employment-based green cards. H-4 visa holders would get work permits by law, not by regulation. That would be amazing. Children would not be able to age out at 21, which would be incredible. They would start, oh, I'm so excited about this. They would start the Regional Economic Development Stimulation Pilot Program, where cities or counties or like the Bay Area or a city in Kentucky that's losing its young professional workforce could petition to bring over more workers from other countries who have expertise that the regional economy needs. It would also give the government the authority to actually adjust the number of green cards based on macroeconomic conditions. Ding, light bulb, yay, Canada does that. That's super smart. And it would also incentivize higher wages for non-immigrant high-skilled visas to protect Americans. And it would expand worker visas to allow for more foreign nationals to come to the US for jobs. So I'm thinking H-1B for that one. Can't wait to understand more about that one. Now, there are some additional changes. They are also going to improve the immigration court system. They are also going to improve the asylum system by removing the 1-year deadline. They're going to help more people get their green cards in time if they were victims of crime or human trafficking or domestic violence. And they would also protect the non-citizens who have served in the US military and give them a pathway for immigration as well. So this is super, super exciting. This is like immigration lawyer heart palpitations. I'm really hope this happens. I mean, obviously, we'll see the Senate is split 50-50, Democrats and Republicans. They're going to need to gain the support of 10 Republican senators to pass legislation in the Senate to be able to overcome the filibuster and have 60 votes. So we'll see, but I'm super, super thrilled that this amazing bill was introduced today. And please definitely follow Alcorn Immigration Law. You can visit our website and subscribe to our newsletter. You can check out my podcast, Immigration Law for Tech Startups. Follow me on the new Clubhouse social media app. And check out my TechCrunch Dear Sophie immigration advice column, because we will be tracking all of the latest developments on this new immigration bill and keeping you updated. Thank you so much for watching and tuning in. And I see we have some comments. One is that embassies are issuing on-the-spot spousal visas during interviews nowadays. Not sure when they will clear up visas, which are in administrative processing. Hopefully soon. They have a big backlog to deal with, but hopefully this bill is an indication that Biden will be able to start opening up Department of State visa processing for people in the near future. Somebody else is suggesting that the language might be too controversial and might not be palatable to Republicans. At first reading, I'm not seeing anything in here about a startup visa, which I really hope that we get in the United States. So that could potentially be a negotiating tool that they could use to focus on the job, on the economic development aspects that immigration brings to our country. So maybe that's another angle that they can explore. But I do agree that I hope the Democrats and the Republicans can come together on this issue that's so important to the United States and the world. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the heart. Let's keep in touch and can't wait to share more with you soon. Bye.